So, how are you guys? Thank you so much for giving me a couple of minutes to talk
Good,
about
thank
this
you.
incredible project. I have to confess, I watched it over the both seasons over the weekend, and I got hooked from the first
Oh,
episode. So, thank you so much. You're both my favorite characters of this season. So, thank you for that.
thank
Let
you.
me start with you. You have previous experience in musicals for TV and movies. I know your career from Liv and Maddie because I have an 8-year-old girl who watched it constantly,
Yeah.
and then The Descendants. So my first question is for this version of your character that is very different from Betsy. Did you do some kind of research, or you let yourself be carried away by the directors or by the brilliant mastermind of this wonderful universe, Cinco?
So yeah, Cinco I think deserves all the credit for everything. Like he's really is the mastermind of this universe. It's really wild. So I definitely defer to him a lot for his vision because obviously we are paying homage to the source material, but it is also Cinco's vision of the source material that I find like is very important for me to get pitch perfect because I think he's the thing that holds everything together. So as long as he's happy, I know it's going to make sense later. But I definitely, I grew up watching all of these eras of musicals, listening to the soundtrack, being fully immersed in these worlds that to me were so much more human and real than like the life that was happening around me. And so I feel like I know them in my sleep. So I admittedly did not do much research because I felt very intimately interconnected with them. But yeah, it was lovely.
Excellent. Excellent, thank you for that. So Aaron, so far your hippie is awesome. So from the look to the musical numbers you got to perform, tell me a little bit about getting into character, and if you used any character from a different from another musical for as an inspiration to achieve such a magnificent interpretation or performance.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I definitely looked a lot at Pippin and Hair and Jesus Christ Superstar. Those are probably the ones
Excellent.
because Topher is this very strange combination of a lot of characters from those musicals. My first number specifically that I sing, Doorway to Where, is very reminiscent of the Pippin song Corner of the Sky. So that's
Okay.
that's one very specifically that I made sure I listened to and was kind of in my head as I was going about it. But that's again what Cinco does so brilliantly is he kind of nods to these musicals that have come before, but we get to do it like in our own new way.
Thank you. Dov, do you have any specific favorite musical number? Because I love the cabaret one on the club. There's so many references to cabaret and Fosse and etc. So, do you have a specific a favorite musical number from specific season?
Yeah, I got really lucky this season because I got to have probably one of my favorite numbers, the cabaret number, but I also really loved the duet between Topher and Jenny, which are two very starkly different
Very different.
performances and like spaces to inhabit as a performer. I definitely, like you said, like I love all of the Fosse references. Like by no means a Fosse dancer, but we had so many incredible like Fosse trained or at least like very close to it dancers there to make me look really good. And then also just like to be able to kind of inhabit that sort of sexier space is something that I don't get to do very much. So it was very fun for me. And then obviously working with Aaron is always a dream.
Yeah, you both did great. So, Aaron, this season takes a different turn. It kind of is darker. It has this noir aspect to it. Can you tell me a little bit more about this aspect of the season?
Yeah, I think the musicals that we're referencing have a darker palette. They're grittier, they're sexier, they're more dimensional than kind of the musicals that we were looking at with the first season. But I also think that the show weaves in a lot of social commentary about what's happening in the real world now. And I think really good musicals do that without beating you over the head with it. You kind of watch something and you say, "Oh, that's what that was." And I think that the source material really allowed the writers to weave that into this story as well, which is really cool.
Thank you. My time is up. But just one last quick question: favorite Broadway musical? Let's start with Doug.
Ever is either going to have to be The Light in the Piazza or maybe Sweeney. Two very different shows.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Sunny in the Park with George.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Excellent. My time is up. Thank you very much, guys. And again, congratulations on such a wonderful project and looking forward for a season 3.
Thank
You're
you.
really wonderful. Thank you so much.